Today I have a very special recipe for you. When I visited Japan for the first time, aside from falling in love with the country and their people, I had an amazing food experience. One in particular, when I tasted Miso Ramen from a small family-owned restaurant, the taste was incredible, nothing like I have ever tasted before. I love this Miso Ramen so much that I promised myself to try my best to learn how to make it with the same explosive flavors. I finally got the chance to make Miso Ramen, and to my surprise, it came out amazingly delicious. I am also happy that I don't have to wait for 2 hours to be seated every time I want good Miso Ramen in San Francisco. Today I'm sharing with you my delicious pork Miso Ramen. Even though this recipe looks complex, it is easy to make. So now, let's get cooking. The first step is the secret, the Dashi stock. Dashi is a simple stock made out of seaweed, used in Japanese cuisine. To make the Dashi stock, I use kombu seaweed, bonito fish, and water. We're going to make cuts in the kombu seaweed, and then we're gonna soak them in water for at least a half an hour. I soaked mine for 4 hours. Now, if you need the ingredients for this recipe, visit my blog. I have all the details there. The soaking is one of the most important steps for the flavor. When you soak the kombu, the amino acid glutamate comes out of the kombu into the water and gets dissolved. Kombu also has natural occurring sodium. So guess what's naturally occurring here? Monosodium glutamate, MSG. This is one umami flavor. You have glutamate, sodium, and water, the 3 naturally occurring components of MSG. If you want to learn more about umami and MSG, watch my video series on YouTube about the myths of MSG. After soaking, we are almost going to bring it to a boil. Right before it starts boiling, you see little bubbles. That's when you take the kombu out. If you don't take the kombu out, the dashi becomes bitter. Now it's time to add the bonito fish into the liquid. Now we're gonna bring this back to a boil, and once it's boiling, you're gonna lower the heat to medium and simmer for about a minute. Adding the bonito fish flakes to the dashi adding more umami flavor. Now we're gonna strain the dashi and discard the solids. Now we're gonna make the miso broth with the dashi. So we're gonna start adding MSG and shiitake mushrooms that were previously reconstituted. These 2 items will add more umami flavor to the broth. Then we're gonna add garlic. Now remember, we have all the ingredients on my blog. Ginger. This is gonna be delicious broth. Light soy sauce and miso paste. Now we're gonna cook these for about 10 minutes and then the broth will be ready. Now it's time to build the miso ramen. Can't wait for this. So these are previously cooked ramen noodles. We're gonna add to the bowl. Good. Next, we're gonna actually add the broth to the bowl. This is the miso broth. It smells so good. I wish you were here right now. This is really good. Excellent. Now we're gonna do the toppings. I use spinach. I'm gonna put them a little inside there. Good. This is pork tenderloin, which is a lean cut of pork. I cooked it in sesame oil, sauteed in sesame oil. Good. I'm gonna move those here out of the way. Again, same thing there. Bean sprouts. It's looking so good and it's smelling very good. Soft boiled egg. Actually, I'm gonna use my hands for these. Good. Looks beautiful. Green onion. Gorgeous. and toasted sesame seeds. Now the best part, let's taste this pork miso ramen. Ooh, so delicious. Now it's your turn to try my pork miso ramen. Stop dieting, start living.